What's up? What's good, Jackie? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? How you doing, bro? How you doing? Doing it from the crib. First time doing this at the crib. Feel me? Just getting everything set up. But yeah. So, and for that track too, like I like how it has like a spacey, like futuristic type of aesthetic to it, along with like the piano. But yeah, so I have that. Another thing with this one too, so it's named AKIRA. And AKIRA in Japanese, I pulled it up for y'all. It means bright, intelligent, clear. But yeah, so I used it mainly for like the bright definition, and then that's why it's actually titled like AKIRA the Light. And it fits well with the tape because you know, like I wanted the tape to portray like overcoming like dark times. So like I wanted the music to be the sound aesthetic to that. And so that's why I named it The Light, because it starts it off and you know it's like light from the start. But yeah. So there's that too. And the fact AKIRA also like, so the reason why I even originally came up with the name, I got it from this movie, this old anime movie from 1988, rated R, considered a classic. I mean, some could say a cult classic. I think it's a classic, but really good film. I really recommend it. Pretty much just portrays like a future world. Actually, yeah, it's supposed to portray 2019. So this is made back in 1988. Obviously, it's not what, 2019 was, but yeah. Thank you guys. And yeah, bro, Andrew finally in the live. I bet. So let me show y'all how it's done now. Alright, so first sound. Let me show y'all the first sound I made for the project. Yeah. So this is the first sound I did right here. It's just these chords that you guys will recognize. Alright, so that's how it is right there by itself. Now the first individual chord. But yeah, so that one already like gave that like it sounded spacey and like atmospheric, but also still kind of gave me that like Japanese aesthetic that I had going on with the tape. So I was like, man, this is like a random sound that I had found. So I just made some seventh chords with, nothing crazy. And then next sound I used the same chords, but for a different sound that you guys will recognize for this one. And that one, like, I liked how it had like that like watery texture to it. Like it just like, I feel like again, it just added to that like woozy, atmospheric, spacey like atmosphere. So I just layered those. This one's obviously in like a higher register, but it's the same chords as the first sound. So for the next two sounds I used, I gotta load up a different part of that. In the meantime, I guess I can show you guys more about the website while I load up the other sounds I use. But yeah, and again, oriziproductions.blogspot.com. I've had this website since I was, how long now? I think I've had it since like 2016. I just like keep updating it, but I don't know. At first, because I used to sell beats, like I had all my beats on here, and then I don't sell beats anymore, but I figured I could still use it to like interact with you guys. So have like breakdowns. Like again, this is more of like the fun facts. So like I mentioned with this song, like AKIRA means bright, etc. Oh, something I actually forgot to mention. So this was actually the last beat I made for the project. Yeah, it was like, yeah, it was the last beat I made, and it was the one I made like right before like I stopped doing music for a little bit. But all right, so back to the breakdown. Back to the breakdown. So this right here, let me go show you guys this sound. Hold up, hold up. Alright, yeah, let me show y'all this sound right here. Alright, so that flute, so if you guys know me, you know I always use the flute. The flute's like a go-to instrument for me when it comes to melodies. Yo, what's good, Kasim? But yeah, like go-to melody instrument I like to use. I love flutes a lot. And I had it spaced out because I didn't want too much going on with the melody. Like I wanted it like to still be a trap beat, but I still wanted it to be kind of chill. So I didn't want to make like a crazy like rapid melody or anything like that. But yeah, and then I layered that with this sound right here that I played for you guys. Alright. So that one too, again, like I wanted it to it's not exactly the same as the flute melody. It's actually pretty different, but it's the same thing going on where it's like spaced out, so it's not like too much going on. And when you hear them both together, right here. Oh, my bad, my bad. Like I feel like they just complemented each other very well. You know, so did that, and then let me see. All right, so let me get into the drums now. I'm gonna get into the drums now. So first thing, you know, had to add the kick. Oh. Yeah, that's pretty self-explanatory. Right, so I had the kick. Then I added the 808. Now, I'm not sure if y'all would be able to hear it. You know what I'm saying? This is like a little slide, so I don't know if you guys noticed, but it'll like slide up the pitch to whatever this note is. So it over here, it's going from a B and it slides to a D, and then goes right back to the B at the 5 hit. But yeah, so those are like the phone call. But yeah, I'm actually show y'all like the drums together, like all together as one. All right, so then I added a snare. It's the basic snare. There's nothing crazy going on with the snare. All right. Layered that snare with this one. I'm gonna show y'all what that sounds like. Oh shit, what's good, Nick? What's good, Nick? What's poppin'? Yeah, yo. Layered that shit. And then with this snare, I added some reverb on it, so that's why it has that like echo effect. Alright, boom. I'm gonna show y'all a third snare. This is the one I have for like the bounce. I'll even show you guys how it looks. Like having the snare pattern like that just adds a lot of bounce to the track. Alright. So next I'm gonna show y'all the hi-hats. Show y'all the hi-hats. Right, so the hi-hats by themselves, I still kept the basic like pattern originally, and then I added like these triplets like here and there. Like triplets are like my go-to when it comes to like the hi-hats. And I have like a drop right here. But yeah. Yo, thank you, Delani. Yeah, I think in general, bro, I just love like my drums, to be honest with you. Show you guys this hat. It's like all it is like this sound, that's all that is. I just added that to the track. And then we have this open hi-hat here. I'm gonna show y'all what that sounds like. And again, like I like to keep the like outside of like the snares, the kicks, and like the hi-hats, like all the like little progression like this, like I like to keep it like spaced out or whatnot, so it's not, you know, constantly going. And I have like a time delay on it as well. But yeah, so you put all the drums together, it just sounds. Right, I got this right here too, this cymbal. Right, so that's what I like to use to transition like between like the chorus and the verses, quote unquote. But yeah, and that's pretty much like the whole beat itself, pretty much. I played it like everything together beforehand, but I'll play it again just to show y'all. And I guess the only other thing I could show you guys is this part right here. So I have this on the track, and basically what that does, it produces that that triplet effect that I'll show you guys. That comes in right over here. Right, so that's what that does. In the mixer, show you where that is. Yada yada yada. Yeah. So essentially, I just go here. It's just like a slow triplet, so it slows it down and then makes it that triplet speed. And I really like it. Like I feel like it definitely worked well with like how the melody was, because the melody was already kind of like cool and spacey, and I feel like it just made it sound trippier. So yeah, and then everything together, you know, put it all together, and then you got this. I think all the comic stores are going out of business, to be honest. But I don't know. Shit, I'm a comic fan, so like I need that shit. That's right. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's DR right here. Yeah.